All right, guys, new intro here for the Bear Pack. We hit our goal of 8,000 subs. Thank you guys very much. We're going to be giving away a jersey on our live show here soon. But, guys, we're looking at 9K subs now. We're getting to Thanksgiving time. We're getting to Christmas time. We would love to hit 10Ks by December 22nd, 23rd, somewhere around there, so we can give someone $1,000 for the Christmas gifts. That'd be a huge lift off someone's shoulders. So please get us a 10K. We love what we're doing. Thank you guys for the support. 12K subs after the 10K. We're going to send someone to a game. Probably not the Super Bowl. Don't get any ideas, guys. But we're going to do our best to send you guys to two people to a couple games of your choice. That's probably not the Super Bowl. But, guys, thank you again for all the support. Let's get into the video. All right, guys, let's get some NCAA football picks and props for Friday, November 3rd, slate of games. Click that leaderboard. Trey, start it off.
Yeah, yesterday I was 0-0 because at the moment my game is still currently going on. I give out TCU plus 3.5 against Texas Tech. It's been an up and down game. TCU got down big early, fought back, tied it up 21-21, and then Texas Tech just scored a touchdown to take the lead. The fourth quarter just started, so we got to hold out hope for TCU here.
Seth?
Yeah, and I took the under 45.5 points in the Duke-Wake Forest game. We're currently sitting at 35 with a whole fourth quarter to go. But, man, Duke's taken up almost half quarters when they run the football. So I'm just going to hope that they continue to run the football even though they're down and they just take time off the clock.
Yeah, and then I've got Troy -4 going up against South Alabama. I love South Alabama. It's a defensive game so far, 14-7 at the half. Troy gets the ball out of half as well. So hopefully Troy can hang on to that -4. But let's take a look at our plays for tomorrow, Trey. I won't have you start us off because we're only going to be breaking down one game. It's going to be Boston College going up against Syracuse. Boston College is +3 on the road. The over-under is 51 points. Trey, now I'll start with you.
How dare you pump fake me like that? But I think this is going to be a pretty fun game to watch. And in my opinion, that is if you are betting on Boston College in this game. I'm going to buy a half point and take them here at +3.5. And I do not hate the money line because in my opinion, they're honestly the much better team. It kind of scares me that they're underdogs here because Boston College, they come in this game with a 5-3 record. And are 3-5 ATS, though, but they are winners of 4 straight games, beating Virginia, Army, Georgia Tech, and UConn over that span, and winning those games by an average of 28-21. So winning by a touchdown per game over their last 4 games. In Syracuse, they're coming in this game with a 4-4 record and are 3-4-1 ATS this season. And they are quite the complete opposite of Boston College because Syracuse, they're coming into this game losers of their last 4 games after starting the season 4-0. And on their 4-game losing streak, they have lost those games by an average of 37-8. And I don't know which side of the ball is worse for Syracuse at the moment, their offense or their defense. But either way, it is just no bueno. And I expect that to continue here in this game because Boston College, they are led by a dynamic dual-threat quarterback and Thomas Castellanos. And he should be able to run all over this Orange defense and do just enough through the air to keep them on their toes. So give me Boston College here, +3.5 in this game versus Syracuse.
Seth?
Yeah, no spread needed for me. Boston College money line here. Not sure why Syracuse is favored here in this game. They've really struggled in ACC play as they fell to 0-4 in conference play after taking a blowout loss to Virginia Tech. And to make things worse for Syracuse, they have taken the equal most road losses by a margin of 30-plus points of any FBS team this season. I do know this game is not a road game for Syracuse, but I just wanted to point out how bad they have been playing in general. Boston College, on the other hand, has had some impressive games in the ACC so far. If you recall, they played a very, very tough game against a very good Florida State team early on in ACC play. Their offense is led by an impressive dual-threat quarterback in Thomas Castellanos, just like Trey said, and he has helped lead them to average 28.1 points per game. Syracuse defense has allowed opposing teams over 35 points in their last 3 games, so this defense is really struggling. Trey touched on everything else. Boston College is the better team here in this game. Syracuse has just not looked good at all. So I'm not going to mess around with Syracuse. I'm just taking Boston College here on the money line.
Yeah, let me just say what I have written down here. Syracuse is falling apart. Since the start of conference play in the ACC, they've lost 4 straight games to ACC opponents by a combined score of 150-34. They've also surrendered at least 31 points in each of their last 4 games against their ACC opponents. Not only that, the offense, they're struggling this season to score as well in the ACC games. So this team is falling apart altogether. On the other side, Boston College, they've won 4 straight games, and they have been crushing opponents with the run game over the 4-game winning streak, 268.5 yards per game on the ground in that winning streak over those 4 games. I think Boston College is a buzzsaw, and Syracuse is just the next thing in their way. I was going to take Boston College on the money line, but I'm going to switch my pick over to Syracuse -2.5, only because I don't want the sweep, and this you guys talking and me talking and everybody talking about BC, it just feels way too easy. It feels like I'm a little mouse in a trap here. There's no way Syracuse should be -3. I'm going to take Syracuse -2.5. I'm going to be uncomfortable in this game, but I'm going to take a shot. Give me Syracuse -2.5, even though.
Hey, I mean, Syracuse at the Carrier Dome is pretty scary. I mean, I don't hate the Syracuse play. I even said that it does smell a little bit fishy. I have no idea why Boston College is underdogs here, but hey, kudos for you for taking the bullet for us. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm looking at the board. This is like the best play on the board. Like, it's insane, even in the Saturday games. But sometimes you got to be uncomfortable. Sometimes you got to zag while everybody else zags. I'm going to take Syracuse -2.5. Let's move on to the player props. Trey, start us off.
Yeah, and I am 0 for 0 at the moment. I gave out Beeman Morton under 211.5 passing yards in yesterday's video against TCU. And it's going to be a little bit of a sweaty fourth quarter because at the moment he's sitting at 184 with 13 minutes left in the fourth quarter. So I'm hoping that TCU go on a long drive. Texas Tech gets the ball back, turns it over quickly. TCU another long drive, game over. There we go. That's a perfect scenario. Let's go.
Seth?
Yeah, I'm actually 1-0. My prop hit within the first two drives. Duke had on offense. Jacquez Moore over 42.5 rush yards. He's over 70 right now, so it hit pretty easy.
Yeah, and then we have Colin Lacey to go over 94.5 receiving yards going up against Troy. He had 70 at the half. He is just now getting his first drive in the third quarter. So hopefully he does get over 94.5. Only needs 25 more in the second half, so it's looking good there. But let's take a look at the plays for tomorrow. Trey, how have you start us off?
Yeah, I'm going to be talking about a guy that I just talked about in the game picks. Give me Garrett Schrader to go under his 196.5 pass yards against Boston College. I really love this under for Schrader in this game. He really has struggled over the Orange's losing streak, and I have no idea why this number is so high. Because like I said earlier, Syracuse, they have lost 4 games in a row, and in those 4 games, they're only averaging 8 points per game. And a lot of their problem has been found at their quarterback position, as you guys can see on the board. You know, Schrader, he's really struggled over his last 4 games, only averaging 135 passing yards per game, which is way under this number. And he's also getting a pretty tough matchup here against Boston College because the Eagles, they love to run the ball, and that should mean that Syracuse is not going to have a ton of possessions in this game. And Boston College, they're also great at defending the pass. Over their last 3 games, they ranked the 14th best pass defense in the entire country because over that span, they've only allowed 146 passing yards per game, which is also way under this number. I have no idea why this number is so high, just like the Syracuse line. I may be a sucker. Schrader might have his best game. Syracuse could win by 2 touchdowns. Who knows? But the trends are pointing me to the under, so that's where I'm going to be going. Give me Garrett Schrader to go under 196.5 pass yards versus Boston College.
Seth?
Yeah, and this is actually our second week in a row taking Schrader's under because I had him under against Virginia Tech and that cash, so should cash again against that defense. But I took Justus Ross-Simmons over 57.5 receiving yards for Colorado State. I will start by saying this. The Wyoming secondary got cooked by Boise State receiver Eric McAllister, who went 7 for 160 yards in the game on Saturday. If any receiver on this Colorado State offense is going to go off, it's going to be JRS. JRS has hit this over in 4 of his 7 games so far, but he has a ton of momentum going into this game as he's coming off his best performance of the season, where he had 8 catches for 128 yards. This is a big play receiver that is averaging 15.8 yards per reception, and I fully expect this Colorado State team to push the ball down the field against a Wyoming secondary that didn't look great in their last game. He has also hit this over in his last 2 games, so his QB has looked his way often of late, and I expect the same here in this game. So I will be taking JRS over receiving here in this game against a Wyoming secondary that really struggled last week.
Yeah, Seth, I do like that play as well. For my play, I had Thomas Castellanos to go over his rushing yards and over his passing yards at 200, but because I switched up, I'm going to have to make a player prop up on the fly here. I am going to take LaQuint Allen for Syracuse. I don't know what his over is at. I'm sure it's in the 70s somewhere for his rushing prop.
That's 75.5 for you.
Okay, 75.5. I will take that. Again, this is on the fly, but since I'm taking Syracuse, I know that Boston College is not good on the ground this season. I'm looking it up right now. They're 93rd in the nation. They allow 165.5 yards per game on the ground, 4.75 rushing yards per attempt on the ground. And if Syracuse is going to win this game, they got to get it to the best player. That is Allen. He's gone over 100 yards in 2 of his last 5 games. He's gone 80-plus in 3 of his last 6. He's gone over 103 times this season. They need to give him the ball. He's a workhorse. He's gone double-digit carries over 7 straight games. They need to give him the ball. If Syracuse has any chance, it's going to be on the ground. So I'm going to take LaQuint Allen to go over 75.5 rushing yards as my play. Trey, throw up the graphic. Let's get into it, Seth.
Yeah, I have Boston College money line. Then I have Justus Ross-Simmons over 57.5 receiving yards against Wyoming.
Trey?
Yeah, and just a knife to the heart because Baron Morton just completed a 47-yard pass to hit the over. So a live reaction, you guys can, go back 10 seconds and you'll see me pulling my hair out, and that is why. But today, I gave out Boston College plus 3.5 versus Syracuse. I love Boston College. There's no way they should be underdogs, even though they're going to the Carrier Dome. And also going with Garrett Schrader to go under 196.5 pass yards against Boston College. Schrader, he's just a doo-doo on a stick quarterback. Simple as that.
Yep, I switched everything. It might bite me in the ass, it might not, but I had to switch. There was too much confidence with Boston College. I'm going to take Syracuse minus 2.5. I'm going to take LaQuint Allen, their best player, over 75.5 rushing yards as my plays. We'll see what happens. It's going to be an interesting experiment here, but guys, it's going to do it for NCAA football plays for Friday, November 3rd slate of games. If you guys enjoyed the content, please sure to drop a like on this video and subscribe down below. See you guys next video, and thanks for watching. Multiple questions this morning about how to become a member for the YouTube channel. Let's do that really quick tutorial. You're going to go to youtube.com. You're going to go to Bears Profit Plays. You're going to search it in. You're going to hit our thing. There's a join button right just to the right of subscribe. You're going to click that. There's two options. You have the Bear Pack for $4.99. That gives you access to YouTube member plays. And then you have the Bear Pack Gold for $7.99 a month. That gives you access to our member plays on YouTube, and it gives you a 1-month membership to our website, bearsprofitplays.com. So if you get the Bear Pack Gold, you save yourself $2 a month, a little bit cheaper if you want to do that. But that is the tutorial for anybody that needed it. We had multiple questions today through email about how to do it, and it wasn't working. But if you want to know, there it is right there. Trey,